Hi there, I'm Lizzie and I'm a developer advocate at Cloudflare. We're going to be talking about a new Cloudflare product that I am so excited for called AutoRAG. AutoRAG makes it easy for developers to build RAG pipelines and applications. Before AutoRAG, I thought retrieval augmented generation took some time, but now with AutoRAG, I can make my own RAG app in minutes. Why is RAG important? Well, LLMs like Llama, GPT, Claude, those are trained on data. What if I want to query data that has not been trained on? My own proprietary data, video transcripts? Well, I can provide the LLM with extra data. AutoRAG has two different processes. We're going to be looking at indexing. Indexing involves ingesting, transforming, and storing my data. How it starts is with a Cloudflare product. I'm also a big fan of this. R2. This R2 bucket stores different data files. It could be like a CSV, text file, PDF, as well as images. So many different types of files. That's pretty cool. And then from that data from R2, we're going to perform some markdown conversion, kind of like to standardize or make that data more consistent. If it's an image, this is pretty cool. That image is passed to an object detection model hosted on Cloudflare Workers AI. It returns a list of objects likely in that image, and then it's passed to an image to text model on Workers AI. AutoRAG uses all of these different Cloudflare products, so it's kind of meta. Woo. Okay. For markdown conversion, we then perform processing embedding. Our data is chunked, where it's split into smaller pieces that are easier for the LLM to digest. And from chunking, we send that chunked text to AI Gateway, so we can perform LLM observability on our LLM applications and the output and the input. And those are passed to a text embedding model on Workers AI. So we convert that text to vector. Then those vector embeddings and their metadata are stored in, of course, a Cloudflare Vectorize vector database. This is the indexing process, very big. So to recap, we have our R2 storage bucket. You can put in different files like CSV, text, PDF, and images. We perform some markdown conversion to standardize, make that data more consistent, convert images to text, process and chunking, and then embedding it, and then storing those embeddings so we can query it and perform semantic search. So if you have a chat app and I give it banana, the LLM might return apple, because banana and apple are both fruits, so they're more similar. And I like to have a plane with different points, and the more semantically similar inputs, text, are closer together. However, if a user inputted basketball, go Warriors, basketball would be further on the plane because it's less similar to fruits. That was the indexing process. There's also the querying process in AutoRAG. The user sends a query to AutoRAG. AutoRAG might rewrite that query to make it a better, more effective search query. That query is then embedded into a vector. Compares that vector with the Vectorize database, retrieves metadata and content from the Vectorize vector database, and then generates a response and returns it. So let's see AutoRAG. Here I am in my Cloudflare AutoRAG dashboard, and we can see I have a data source, an R2 object storage bucket called Fourth Wave. Fourth Wave is kind of like a VC incubator that helps women founders. So I have some transcripts from Fourth Wave about videos involving women founders. There are text files, they've been uploaded, and they're in my R2 object storage that's connected to AutoRAG. You can see in the index logs, I tried uploading them initially as .vtt, which are not supported. So I converted those to text and then uploaded those. You can see my vector database that AutoRAG automatically created for me. Whew, called AutoRAG fourth wave RAG transcripts, query latency, stored vectors. That's a lot of vectors. Back to AutoRAG. We can see our AI gateway. We have an AI gateway here to monitor our LLM usage, inputs and outputs, costs, and more. We can query our AutoRAG app via the playground. We're gonna be like, I am a first-time founder. Who should my first hire be? Search. Thinking, searching for the relevant data. Very nice. Here it returns an answer and it cites the transcripts, the data sources that it used, that I RAG with. It augments its response, its LLM generated response with external data sources in a vectorized vector database. How would you do this from code? Well, here in my chat app, all I needed was, I have my AI binding, Workers AI binding in a Workers app called AutoRAG. I reference my AutoRAG app and I perform AI search. Here it augments the search with the data sources that I uploaded. Very nice. And that is how you use AutoRAG in a TypeScript app. So easy, so fun. I'm Lizzie, I'm a developer advocate at Cloudflare, and I can't wait to see what you cook up with AutoRAG and Cloudflare Workers.